Condo inventory in the Myrtle Beach market is up 766% over the last 2 years. This is Abe Safa with Century 21. Just want to give you a quick update as to what's going on. If you happen to own a condo here in town, this is something you really should pay attention to. If you go back 2 years ago, February of 2024, there was only a zero point 0.6 month supply of inventory. That's the gauge that we usually look at to determine how much inventory is out there and how strong a market is or how much penetration there is or absorption in the condo market. 0point 0.6 months is only about an 18-day supply. That's an extremely, extremely low number. Now, if you remember, 2 years ago was the hottest condo market we've ever had. So when we got to just an 18-day supply of inventory, everything that was in the market back then was just selling quickly, selling overpriced in many, many cases. Now, what had started happening around that time, if you remember, interest rates started going up significantly. As a matter of fact, they went from around 3% to 6% just like that, then went up to 7%. We even broke the 8% mark. But now when it comes to condos, that rate is even higher because it's an investment property. It's usually on the oceanfront in a lot of these condos. So right now, if you're looking to buy an oceanfront condo, you may be paying 8, 9, maybe even 10% in some cases, depending on who your lender is and what kind of credit score that you have. But back to the inventory conversation. So because of the interest rates and because of the prices were still elevated, we started seeing condos sit on the market longer and longer. Now, let's fast forward a full year, going from February 2022 to February of last year, 2023. That condo inventory went from 0.6 months supply to 2.3 months supply of inventory. So that's an over 400% increase in 1 year. Okay, now stuff was still selling, of course, but it wasn't selling at a fast enough pace. So condos started accumulating, sat on the market longer and longer. Since then, we've seen the market get even softer. Fast forward to right now, February of 2024, we're sitting at a 4.6 month supply of inventory. So it's a 100% increase from last year at this point. And then, of course, last year was a 400% increase from 2022. Combine it all today, we're sitting on 766% more condos than we had just 2 years ago, February of 2022. Now, what happened? Right. As I mentioned, interest rates play a big part of it. Prices were still elevated. That was a big part of it. Buyers weren't interested or excited about paying high prices and high interest rates at the same time. But here's something that started happening about a year ago, which to me is a big concern. HOA dues started going up significantly in a lot of condos here in town. Second thing is insurance has become more and more difficult to get around the coastal areas. And we're feeling it everywhere, not just condos, but it's significantly more in condos. Even my home, which is maybe 3/4 of a mile from the ocean, I saw my interest rates, my insurance rates go up 40%, right? So insurance rates on these condos, especially on the oceanfront, has gone through the roof. And what's causing HOAs to do at that point, because most of them, almost all of them, don't have enough reserves, weren't anticipating, a 30, 40, 50% increase in their insurance premiums, left them in a bind. There wasn't enough money to pay for it, started issuing some special assessments to the owners to be able to bring in enough revenue to pay for insurance. Even on top of that, it's been getting more and more difficult to actually get insurance. Right, because more and more insurance carriers left the coastal areas, left this market, which leaves us with a handful of people that even want to insure this place. So those are the two variables that I'm paying very close attention to. Okay, what's going on with HOA dues? What's going on with insurance premiums every time they come up for renewal? It's something that's become, it's really impacting our condo market. If you look at the chart of how the inventory is growing, that's a very scary chart to look at. If that trend continues, okay, it can have a significant impact on the condo market. Now, I'm generalizing here, right? We're talking overall market. There's certain pockets in this market where condos are still really, really hot. As soon as they hit the market, they're selling because there's not a lot of options out there for buyers. But the majority of the condos and resorts around town, they're starting to see accumulation in inventory, which of course swings the balance of power of leverage over to the buyer side as a supply and demand. As a buyer has more options, they're more likely to come in with lower prices. So over time, this could start driving prices down to some condos. We're already seeing it in some resorts where prices are taking a beating right now. If again, this is all generalization, right? We're talking overall market. If you have a question about your condo specifically or the resort that you're in, or any questions about the condo market or want to talk in more detail, give me a call.